What's up guys, Steve here again from RC Tanks and Trucks 24/7. Videos coming thick and fast now. This time I got the VKAR Racing Bison. It's a 1/10 scale 4-wheel drive brushless beast. Now I got this bad boy from GearBest. I will leave the link in the description below. Now some of you guys might think you've seen this car around or it looks pretty familiar. That's because it's striking resemblance to how the Cheetah looks as well. So you got the Cheetah here and the Bison. The Cheetah actually has another model that looks extremely similar to this, has a rear wing as well. This is the earlier edition. It does come out with one that has similar tyres and a rear wing as well. So it'll be interesting to see how well they stack up against each other. So stick around in this video. I'll just unbox it, give it a good in-depth overview and have a look at what you get in the kit. Okay, now here is the awesome 4x4 Bison. It is a 1/10 scale 4-wheel drive brushless off-road truggy. Now the Bison does come in two versions. There's a normal one, what you see here, and this white one, which is apparently the extreme version, but I have this orange version, but when I've had a look inside, it actually does have the specs of this extreme one, so happy days, like a bigger ESC, 11.1 volt 3S Lipo, kind of stuff like that. Okay, like I always do, let's have a look around the box. It's a bit flimsy, so I'll just give you a bit of a quick read. So the VKAR Racing Bison, it features all-terrain tyres, bright LEDs, so it's got ones at the front and the rear. It's got an adjustable rear wing. It's got a wheelie bar, full ball bearings throughout, ferrule electric system. This is a 120 amp ESC. It's fully assembled, ready to race, sealed, limited slip differentials, has oil-filled shocks with that progressive dual rate spring, just like the Cheetah does. Now the box is a bit big to move around, so I'll just get into it and just open her up. Here is your transmitter. Now it does feel quite nice. Rubber textured wheel here. Only requires 4 AA batteries, which is what I always like to see. Under this little window you have your throttle dual rates and your steering dual rates as well, plus your throttle and steering trims and your reverse switches and stuff like that. Collapsible antenna, pretty cool. And of course you need a charger, and these chargers you just use your Lipo balance lead, plugs it in there and it charges it up. You can charge a 2S or a 3S Lipo with these. And we have just a small array of 3 Allen keys, some stickers to decorate the body if you wish, and here is your instruction manual. I've noticed that these are pretty in-depth, just like the Cheetah one. It gives you everything you need to know, just in the ESC, exploded diagrams, how to assemble the shocks if you need to put them back together or tune them up with different oil, all the parts that you need, and all the numbers and all that good stuff. Also includes a rear wing, which you need to put on yourself, which is very simple. Includes the mounting hardware and the screws needed to just put it back on here when you pull it out of the box. And first impressions, it does look awesome. This color looks fantastic. It pops out, very vibrant, and the graphics are very nice on the actual shell. Let's have a look what's underneath this bad boy. Body design is quite unique, very low slung, kind of very flat. Looks pretty cool, nice graphics. So you might be thinking this kind of design looks familiar, and like I said, it does share similarities with the actual Cheetah. I'll get it out later and show you side by side, but here we have it. It looks awesome, and I love the fact that it gives you this kind of like a dirt screening mesh to kind of keep the electronics free of dirt or rocks and stuff like that. Nice touch. Tires that are included with the kit feel quite nice, very grippy. They do have foam inserts, of course, and you just use your standard wheel nut size. I hope the tires will be better than the one that's on the Cheetah, because they really do not perform well on compact dirt or anything like that. On grass and tarmac, they work a treat. Hopefully these ones will be better. And it does include a 2-wheel wheelie bar. They are ball bearinged and they do roll very nice. They look beefy, and like the ones on the Cheetah, they do perform well, and yeah, they are massive. A weird size spring as well. It's not like a generic size spring. Now from factory, the shocks do quite nice. Much better than the Cheetah in my opinion. They do feel pretty good. But real world test, we'll see how that goes. But so far so good. Very thick shock towers, front and rear. They definitely hold up to any abuse that you can throw at it. Now one thing that really impresses me is how thick all this metal is around the front and rear differentials and the motor mount here as well. Very nicely done, machined nicely, and they look solid and definitely up to the task of the abuse that I'm sure this thing can handle. Now, the electronics for this puppy are pretty impressive. It features a 4-pole brushless 2650 kV motor. Now it includes a Hobbywing 120 amp ESC, which is waterproof, so that's plenty of punch. And with this combination, it definitely will get up to speed. Apparently, it's around about 80 kilometers an hour, the top speeds, but I'll definitely do a test on that as well. You just have a normal generic 3-channel receiver here, and next to it with a waterproof on and off switch with this little rubber coating. The great thing about these kits, they also include Lipo batteries, and this is a 3S 11.1 volt 25C 3500 milliamp pack. Not bad. Should be good for around about 20 minutes runtime. Forgot to mention that the ESC is rated to 2S to 4S Lipo compatible, so definitely put a nice 3S battery in there as well, because I have heaps of those. A nice tub design chassis. Much different design than the Cheetah, which had a completely flat bottom. This is kind of in sections. Here you have your steering servo here under there. Now everything is countersunk with Allen head screws everywhere. One thing I did notice is it has these rear protection guards here for the shocks, which is pretty cool. And like the Cheetah, this model features LEDs, but not only does it have it at the front, you have 2 at the back as well, so that's cool. So I have the Cheetah on my left and the Bison on the right, and as you can tell, they do look very similar. I'm pretty sure the shocks and the whole suspension system is the same on both. Similar shock towers as well. The Bison does have a different kind of tub chassis, where the actual Cheetah is a flat plate style chassis. Both have wheelie bars, and there is a new Cheetah as well that has a dual wheelie bar setup and a rear wing, just like the Bison as well. All the motor and ESC and steering servo are exactly the same on both cars. As you can see, they're both located on the same side and same orientation, everything, as well as the battery tray. And there are the cars upside down. So you can see the Cheetah is a long plate style chassis, nice thick aluminium, whereas the Bison is like a composite plastic sectional style chassis. Both look cool. The Bison does have much thicker arms, that's for sure, but just a quick comparison in case you guys are interested. Now, I'll be definitely giving this puppy a good thrash and seeing how it performs, especially compared to the Cheetah. If you're interested in this, please check out the link I've left in the description. It's currently on special, and of course I got it from GearBest. If you liked the video, guys, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Many videos coming. I have heaps of other cars coming into the studio, so yeah, a lot to look forward to. Thanks guys, Steve here again from RC Tanks and Trucks 24/7. See you in the next video.